Hail the tribe of the internet. I am Mortis, and today we are playing the demo of Pinknoise from Somber Games. But before we get into it, I have a few things to address. First of all, this game was also victim of my stupidity, and I addressed it previously in other videos and on my other socials, but it have happened that I changed my contact email about half a year ago and then continued to check my old email address, which I was not supposed to check anymore, which has resulted in a handful of unanswered, unintentionally ignored requests. And out of all of those, I feel most guilty about this one, because the developer actually reached out to me during their Kickstarter campaign was active. And if you follow the channel, then you probably know that if it's about Kickstarter or anything with a deadline, I always go out of my way to be ready with the videos, to be able to publish the videos about the game during that given time period, during the Kickstarter while it's still active or within any deadline that they may have. So yeah, my only consolation is that they actually reached their goal. So the game is going to happen. Huzzah! Very good. I'm very happy, and I would be, I don't know, I would hate myself, honestly, if they wouldn't have made it. So yeah, I am very sorry. I am so very sorry for this. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm stupid and I'm sorry and I'm doing my best, okay? So yeah, sorry, Somber Games. I didn't ghost you intentionally. I just made an oopsie. So yeah, but we are making up for it now. But before we get into it, there is a thing, and that is not my fault, okay? This is not my fault. The game, obviously, it's an indie game. It is a very small team. It is still in development. But as many of the indie games, the game do not like my wide monitor. It doesn't necessarily know how to handle it, which means sometimes the screen ratio will be fine, like here, as you can see in the menu. Sometimes it just randomly stretches the screen, so it's full screen for me, but you are not going to see the edges of the picture, let's say. And sometimes what it does, it's only cutting off one side of the game. So let's say it just pushes it to one edge of my monitor, and then I have a black bar on the other. So yes, it has it doesn't really know what to do with the monitor, but it is going to be fine. I clicked through the beginning of the game. I did not read anything. I was just curious about how it is going to handle the monitor, so I don't know anything about the story. Don't fret. It's manageable, okay? You may miss some things, some details. I may miss some details because when it just pushes the screen to the side, I actually don't know if it cuts off anything or not. We are going to find out together. Also, what is worth mentioning is, because before we get into it, is the developer actually wrote me that this is a non-linear psychological, I can talk, horror visual novel, which was inspired by retro horror shows and movies like It, Stranger Things, and American Horror Story. And I love 2 of these 3 movies, so you can, and a series. You can guess which one. 2 series, actually. I totally know what I'm talking about. Let's just get into it. Also, it is we have English subtitles, but it is partly voice acted, and the voice section is Russian only at the moment. Act 1, along shady alleys. I am going to tell you when the screen ratio acts up, okay? Our 4 protagonists. Fall comes to Riverwood with chilling winds and the first drizzle. A bleak mist obscures the narrow streets, clinging to the rooftops, tangling in the bushes, and swirling around fields. Also, the subtitles are not centered really well. It is also stretched out to the edges. So I am covering up a bit, but fret not, I'm reading anyway. Fog and murky blackness soothe the peculiar suburb, nestled amid the forests and mountains. It's a decaying, quiet place waiting for winter. As the evening wears on, the town is wrapped in thickening twilight, with only a few streetlights serving as solitary islands of illumination in an ocean of darkness. Very poetic so far. On one such evening, ordinary and cold, 4 teenagers are strolling around an old park, engrossed in a lively discussion. The first fallen leaves rustle underfoot. As the wind reaches the trees, their branches groan out a long, plaintive creak, as if already lamenting the loss of their motley attire. Oh my god, this is going to be hard for me. Also, right as I started recording, my microphone sound decided to not record, just not pick up my voice, or any voice really. I managed to fix it, but I don't know how long it will last, so brace yourselves. 2 of the teenagers, a tall boy and a fair-haired girl, walk hand in hand. We have a couple. Their friend carefully hops from one paved slab to the next, balancing as though a bottomless chasm might yawn open beneath them. A quiet, stooping boy in glasses trails behind them, casting glances at the road. Ahead, the street slips in 2, then veers sharply out toward a wasteland. Just a half-century before, a tiny school stood there. Now only a barely discernible foundation and heaps of broken bricks choked by stubborn vines remain to remind them of its erstwhile existence. Year by year, students have taken that path, carrying with them their thoughts and fears, high hopes and grand dreams, from tough exams and first crushes to bullies' bonks on the head, or simply yearning to the star player of a local team. Be it aglow in autumn cold, cloaked in verdant summer green, or blanketed beneath snowdrifts, Riverwood will never forget them, just as they will never forget their town and its secrets. The older a place grows, the more mysteries it keeps locked away. One of the girls leaps into the distorted blur of light cast by an old street lamp.
Не поймали.
So yeah, I don't know for sure if it's Russia, but the only 2 language options were English and Russian, so I'm just guessing that the voice acting is Russian. So I'm going to guess this is Ava. Ain't gonna catch me! Ava wipes shadowy webs of her cardigan, gossamer threads only she can perceive. She glances at the overgrown bushes, which have long since forgotten the tender care of gardening shears.
Сегодня без ужина, чудище.
Sounds like Russian. No chow time tonight, beasties. The other girl scoffs at her friend's silly gestures.
Будь Брайан таким же ловким, нам не пришлось бы торчать в школе до ночи. Кабинет химии еще никогда не был таким чистым, как после сегодняшней уборки.
Absolutely, lady. Yes, sure. This is Ashley. I guess that's her. If Brian was as agile as you, we wouldn't have been stuck in school after dark. The chemistry room's never been so tidy. She wriggles her fingers to demonstrate her palms red and wrinkled from the hot water.
Я ж не виноват, что миссис Хоупстоун не потрудилась сохранить достаточно зубов, чтобы не шепелявить и плеваться, а внятно объяснить, что бутылку нужно было оставить открытой.
Brian over here. It's not my fault, Miss hope stone didn't save enough teeth to avoid spitting and lisping. What? Besides, she should have explained it better. The bottle must have been left open.
Вообще-то объяснила. Но ты положил медицинский спирт не одну таблетку хлора, а 3. Ясное дело, что реакция пошла более бурная.
And Michael? Actually, she explained just fine, but you still put 3 chlorine tablets in the rubbing alcohol instead of 1. Surprise, surprise, the reaction was extreme.
Ну и хлопок удался что надо. У меня до сих пор в левом ухе звенит.
Yeah, that bang was something else. My left ear's still ringing. Eva stops hovering in a faint halo of light and nods. She's never been reprimanded at school before today. Sure, she would have been way more upset if it hadn't been Brian's fault, but still. It's just another adventure, something her and her friends will laugh about one day. And the happy memory is worth more than any reprimand. Especially when her parents will probably forget it by tomorrow.
Ладно, ладно.
Alright. He raises his hands
В
apologetically.
следующий раз, когда снова будем работать в команде, я вас не подведу. Положу 2 таблетки хлора.
Next time we team up, I won't let you down. I will put in 2 chlorine tablets instead of 1 that is still 1 more. That is still 2 more. The group passes a row of houses as dissimilar to one another as is ever possible in a suburb. The time-worn houses' windows glow faintly in sepia tones, as though the light itself has aged and can no longer disperse the deepening darkness. The buildings they pass. Oh, looky, there is a someone. The buildings they pass seem to be contending for the greatest neglect. Every other resident would be considered an eccentric in any other town. The someone has turned down their lamp. For instance, Greybone has leaned on the rusty mower on his front stoop instead of a cane for 2 decades. Okay. The abandoned duplex across the road still bears the scars of a long-forgotten fire. Ooh, its windows are boarded up. Even during the day, it has a miserable look. The teens keep their distance. Oh my god, I just realized that. Were you able to see the man in the window? Because right now, it's doing the strange thing. Like, the whole screen has been pushed to the right. So on the left side, I have a huge black bar, which results in, yeah, it's chopped down around here. So you may have not seen. Just trust me, there was a house with a guy standing in the window. It wasn't even that scary. You haven't missed anything. Look at the cats instead. It's a lot of cats. The abandoned duplex across the road still bears the fire. We've read this.
Дом миссис Харвиц.
Oh, Miss Harwitz's house. The gloomy old lady had knitted yet another pear-shaped cat and proudly displayed it on the terrace, thus expanding her ugly army. Okay, first of all, these are fucking adorable, and second of all, they are going to, like, when it rains or snows or whatever, shouldn't you bring them inside because they are gonna get damaged by the rain, you know?
Точно. Ты же заходила к ней на чай. Малыш что, не извинился?
Right, you had a cup of tea together. Did baby Tony apologize? Baby Tony. Once, Eva's brother had filched one of the cats and taken it home. Oh, neither of their parents had called any attention to it, so she had to explain herself that taking other people's belongings without permission was wrong. Okay.
Извинялась я, а миссис Харвиц не сказала ни слова, только холодно смотрела на нас и громко сопела. И так перепугала бедолагу Тони, что он потом не мог уснуть полночи.
No, I was the one to apologize. Miss Harwitz didn't say a word. She only gave us a cold stare and sniffed loudly. She scared poor Tony so much that he couldn't fall asleep for half a night. Okay, so Tony is Eva's little brother?
Ты же так печешься о брате. Растишь, наверное, настоящего рыцаря. С чего вдруг он решил спереть кошку?
You have such a giving heart when it comes to your brother. You might be raising a hell of a knight. Why in the world would he wanna snatch a cat, though?
Он же
Because cats
совсем
are
мелкий.
cool.
Понравилось, вот и взял.
He was just a little kid. He came, he saw, he took it home. I did that so many times, but with actual cats and dogs also. I just saw one on the side of the road, and I was like, okay, you're coming with me. And I would bring them home, and my parents would always freak out. And yeah, they did. We couldn't really keep any of my well, findings, let's say. There is no need to tell her friend that Tony had intended to give Eva the cat. Oh, the poor baby. Oh, the poor little baby. Oh, he knew she wanted a pet more than anything in the world. He thought he could cheer her up with at least a toy, but oh, the poor little thing. He would never taken anything that didn't belong to him before, not out of fear of getting caught or punished. He simply found stealing shameful. Oh, but she did it. I mean, he did it to her sister. Oh my God, the greatest little boy. Tony would sooner give away his breakfast than steal something from someone weaker than him. No doubt that kind of attitude will make school harder for him, but such is his nature. Contemplating her brother's heart of gold, Eva smiled softly. Kittens! Yes. They passed by Miss Harwitz's terrace, curiously eyeing her odd dolls. Twilight makes the cats' silhouettes look eerie, their pearl-button eyes glimmer in the fading light as if they know secrets that have been buried too long. Oh my God, look at this one! The poor thing! Dingling one eye. You already don't have one eye. You also have an X. What's with the eyes? It has been circled. You're the only one with matching eyes. Is there a lower thing behind it?
Если однажды тронусь умом, обязательно прикуплю себе домишко рядом со сквером. Соседи тут как на подбор.
If I go crazy one day, I'ma definitely buy a nice crib close to the park. The neighbors here match me perfectly.
Да уж, терпеть не могу эту улицу. Она будто потерялась во времени. Пойдем лучше через площадь.
Sorry. Yeah, I can't stand this street. It's like it's lost in time and space. How about we head through the square? Now you can see either of the edges of the screen because now it's stretched out. No one protests, so she leads them onward, sweeping into the nearest alley. Oh, cat! Look at that, the tail is moving. Oh, the ear is twitching as well. Oh, I love it. Now it's a good screen ratio. You know what? I'm just going to stop reporting on the screen ratios. You can see when I'm talking about something that you don't see. It's gonna be fine. A gust of wind bursts through the narrow walkway, permeating the air with the stench of raw wooden planks and rotting garbage. The houses in the alley look like they've been copied and pasted. They were likely being built at the same time to house factory workers. The only thing that differs is the light in the windows, on or off, making it clear whose shift it is tonight. Oh, they work. Oh, it is also a mine story. We have a mine in Riverwood as well. Two Christmases before, you mean 2 years ago? Brian got beaten up here. Some high school students apparently didn't appreciate his sharp tongue. They shoved him into a snowbank and packed snow under his sweater. But the most humiliating part was a neighbor kicking them all out. Why is that humiliating? How is it humiliating that a neighbor stood up for you? I would say that is rather fortunate. How is that humiliating? She came out onto the doorstep with one of Brian's classmates, a cute but overly chatty girl. By the very next day, the whole school had heard a story about him shaking snow out of his pants and whimpering like a puppy. He would have preferred being rolled into a giant snowman and left there like the teal spring. How would that be any better? And also, I will never understand this whole bullying thing or being ashamed by the fact that you've been bullied, it's I just don't understand even the concept. Brian adjusted the backpack full of baseball equipment, which has rolled down his shoulder, and walks up to Ashley.
Как же надоела эта дурацкая школа. Учителя, домашние задания, контрольные.
Look at the worthy kids, pretty babies. I'm so fed up with this stupid school, all these teachers, homework, tests. Well, you know, that is what this school is about, yes?
Но учебный год только начался.
But the year just started.
Именно поэтому учиться хочется еще меньше. Нет ничего хуже первых месяцев после лета.
That only makes me want to study even less. There is nothing worse than coming back to school after summer. That is true. That is very true. You know what is worse than that? Going back to work after a holiday. That is the worst thing ever. He jumps over a puddle and takes Ashley's hand.
Это как снова надевать кроссовки, из которых вырос. Поскорей бы в колледж. Работать начну, куплю настоящую форму кетчера. Или хотя бы перчатку получше.
It's like wearing old trainers you've already grown out of. I can't wait for college. When I start working, I will buy real catcher's gear, or at least a better glove. His palms still hurt from Friday's practice session. The equipment donated to their team left much to be desired.
Бери сразу биту. Быстрее окупится, потому что работать тебя возьмут разве что вышибалы в бар.
Better buy a slugger straight away. It will pay off much sooner. Best case scenario, you can be a bouncer at a bar. Very, very nice of you. Ash laughs at his childishness. Brian doesn't get the complexity of the word at all.
Папа говорит, что достойную работу, как у него, без хорошего образования не найти.
Dad says a good job like his is hard to find without higher education. What is the job of your father? Ashley grabs her Leo Zodiac pendant. It's a nervous habit, something she does whenever she says something important. It calms her. I'm also a Leo. Will we be friends? Will we be foes?
И в колледже тоже придется учиться.
College is just another place to study, that is true.
Этот мир слишком жесток. Болезни, голод, школа.
This word is too cruel. Illness, starvation, school. Yes, school is totally as bad as illness and starvation.
А мне школа нравится.
I like school though. Michael tries to squeeze into the conversation. All along he's been trailing behind the others, glancing suspiciously at parked pickups as if they might buy. He hasn't kept up with his friends since he noticed two silhouettes in an old Ford. Oh, someone is paranoid. I can relate. One female, one male. Okay, but this is empty. That is absolutely not empty. Okay, yes, okay, I get it. The mutilated faces stared back at him. He could have sworn he had heard a hoarse, gurgling whisper. Okay, look at the glass. Then a light had flashed over one of the doorsteps, dispersing the blackness. Are you just seeing things? Suddenly, both seats were empty again, and the strange vision turned into nothing but a local flour mill uniform hanging from a grab handle. Yes. Oh, there is a flour mill, so that is where you are taking shifts? Michael wipes the sweat off his forehead and listens carefully to his friend.
Конечно. С твоими оценками, Майки, мне тоже нравилась бы школа.
Of course, I would love school too if I had your scores, Mikey.
Вот-вот.
Exactly. Agreeing, Brian quickly squeezes Ashley's hand.
Может, тоже очки надеть? Вдруг через них домашние задания не будут казаться такими скучными.
Maybe I should wear glasses too. Sounds like homework doesn't look so boring through them. Look at him, look at the poor guy, all freaked out. I understand. I would be freaked out. Drugs. Why? Why? It's a grocery store. You can say drugstore. Why is it just a neon sign saying drugs? I know it's not a neon sign, but it's so funny. They walk by the Murdoch's front garden and onto a street flooded with pink and blue neon store signs. Then it is neon. I am just a genius.
Зря ворчите. Всего 3 года в школе осталось. А потом, представьте, совсем другая жизнь начнется. Мы и общаться, может, перестанем.
You would better stop complaining. We only have 3 years of school left. Only 3. Who says only 3? 3 is free too much. Just imagine, life's gonna be completely different afterward. Okay, we might even lose touch. That is also very true, by the way. If you look at it like that, yes, it is only 3 years. To Eva, the idea of moving away feels like teleporting to an unfamiliar planet. So many new people, places, and interesting stories. She hasn't even fully explored Riverwood yet. In her mind, the town's old houses and old residents still harbor so many secrets, enigmatic and dark. In comparison, some unknown huge city feels like a bottomless well, impossible to fully drain even if you had 100 years. In a future like that, it would be hard to make time for anything from the past, but she doesn't plan to forget her loved ones forever.
Если дружба настоящая, даже расстояние не станет помехой. Папа с друзьями из других штатов каждый день созванивается.
If friendship is real, distance means nothing. My dad calls his friends from other states every single day. Okay, well, let me tell you something. If he calls them every single day, then they are not friends, they are co-workers. Okay, I have friends abroad, and we do not speak on a daily basis. But we do visit each other every year. That is important. I am talking about Sandra, okay? She's tempted to add that they mainly have business conversations, I told you, and argue often because they are co-workers and not friends. But they don't need to know that. It is obvious. In her mind, her parents are role models everyone should strive to imitate, not just her and her brother. There isn't a single family in the entire town happier or more close-knit than Ashley's, and that's nothing but the truth. Ashley has a brother?
Ну, чтобы нас разлучить, Эшли, нужно что-то покруче пары кукурузных полей и границ штатов.
Well, a couple cornfields and state borders ain't enough to break you up. Oh my god.
Да при чем тут папа Эшли, ваша любовь и кукурузные поля? Посмотрите, что вокруг происходит.
What the hell do Ashley's dad, your love, and cornfields have in common? Look around. Eva stops and points towards the houses swaying in the darkness.
А у нас здесь вообще происходит хоть что-то? Кажется, за последние годы самой громкой новостью был пьяный Джим, заехавший на тракторе во враг.
Is anything really happening up here? Drunk Jim driving a tractor into a ravine was practically the only breaking news here in 6 months. But you also have a music festival.
Ну как же, взрослая жизнь – настоящее испытание. Люди вырастают, потом начинают жалеть, что время так быстро ушло, опять хотят в школьные годы.
Well, adulthood is a real challenge. It is. Oh my fucking god, it is. People grow up, then they start to feel sorry that time flew by so fast. It is so true. And they want to experience school life again. It is so true. I miss my school years. Oh my god, I loved high school. I hate my job. She pauses, searching for the right words. Quoting someone else is one thing, but will she soon regret those bygone days herself? After all, Eva already recalls her early childhood with nostalgic warmth. Back then, every little thing felt like it was brimming with wonder. Now a doll is no longer a sorceress princess or a traveler from a faraway world. A toy soldier is just a piece of plastic, and a blanket no longer serves as a battlefield for alien creatures. Making stories up for others is simple, but how are you supposed to fix yourself? Maybe the older you get, the duller and more colorless the world becomes. Well, not necessarily, but yes. Yeah, it can do that, yes.
Это как вернуться в сказку, которую не ценил раньше.
It's like going back to a fairy tale you weren't grateful enough for earlier.
Это красивые слова, не больше. А посади взрослых обратно за учебники, так на следующий день взвоют. Не помню сказок, где нужно было читать стихи Уолта Уитмана. А ты, Майкл?
They are just nice words, nothing more. Bring adults back to the textbooks and they will howl all day. I don't remember any fairy tales where the characters were forced to read Walt Whitman's poetry. What about you, Michael? Oh!
Я тоже.
Oh! Look at that! No music festival happening for us. Oh my god! It got blown away! Me neither. Mama's hands! Mama's hands! High school! Oh, it's an arcade! We must go to the arcade. I love arcades. Oh my god. Let's go. Coyote Bar, Pizza Town. What are you complaining about? This is a cool place. The friends stroll from one store to the next, looking at the flickering signs. Up close, they no longer seem bright and cheerful. They look rather ramshackle and out of place in the dilapidated suburb.
Пойдем по домам? Отец сегодня на дежурстве. Но если решит перекусить дома, а меня не будет...
Let's go home, okay? No, not okay at all. We're not going home, we are going to the arcade. Dad's on shift today, but if he comes back to grab a bite to eat and I ain't there... What's funny? Brian scratches his neck and sticks out his tongue. Ashley laughs and punches him in the shoulder. Michael, trailing behind everyone, suddenly stops and looks at the only sign that still sparkles as brightly and cheerfully as the day it was hung.
Зал игровых автоматов открыт. В такое время там, наверное, почти никого нет. Можно
The arcade
поиграть в
is-
Street Fighter.
Sorry. The arcade is open. I doubt there is anyone there this late. We can play Street Fighter. Yes, Michael, my man. Let's go to the arcade. Usually calm and quiet, he now blossoms. Behind his thick glasses, his eyes shine with passion because what he sees now is not two dead bodies, but an amazing arcade. Let's go.
Точно, никаких надоедливых подсказчиков, мелюзги и придурков из старших классов.
Totally. No stupid helpers, suckers, or high school jerks. Let's go! Oh, look at the girlies. The girlies are not impressed. Well, you know why? Because you are not the cool kids. They are the cool kids. Boo-hoo-hoo. Go home and cry. The boys lean against the dusty window as happy as if they are meeting their idols. The girls only snort in irritation because they are the lame ones.
Кто-то, кажется, собирался бежать домой, чтобы не отхватить пару затрещин от папочки.
What, suddenly you're not gonna run back to your crib to avoid daddy's shellacking? What is a shellacking?
Готов рискнуть. Шанс получить по башке от отца есть всегда. А вот покидать Хадукины и не стоять в чертовой очереди к игровому автомату...
I will risk it. There is always a chance that will kick you in the head, but a chance to throw Hadoukens and not wait in freaking line for the game, now that's rare.
Немного им нужно для счастья, да?
It takes so little to make them happy, doesn't it? Ashley glances at her friend.
Пусть поиграют. А вы, к слову, слышали легенду об игровом автомате, который появляется в залах сам по себе?
Let them play. By the way, did you hear about the arcade machine that appears in the hall by itself? Ashley rolls her eyes. Eva's fantasies and reality have little in common. Her friend refuses to grow up. In her world, even a tattered old shoe might open its jaws and spin some ridiculous yarn. And that's exactly why Ashley adores Eva. She is so incredibly different from Ashley's overly rational parents. And from Ashley too. By the way, I just realized, why are we talking like adulthood like it's right around the corner when, according to the Kickstarter page, they are 14 to 17 or 18 years old. I think the oldest one is 18. They are not even classmates. How did they become friends? Or they are classmates because I think one of the guys are 18. Like they had to repeat years a bunch. So yeah, it's not, I mean, 14 is very young. You are allowed to be a children at that point. With her, getting bored is an impossible mission. Even if they were both locked in an empty basement, Eva would still manage to discover something fascinating there. She would pull Ashley in and get her into trouble again. They would giggle about it later. Giggle about it later. But Eva doesn't need to know that. It isn't like anyone can stop her anyway. Why does Ashley is like, I'm full of thoughts, but I'm not sharing any of those because I'm such a cool girl.
Ты начинаешь играть и не можешь остановиться. Ту игру невозможно пройти, но ты пробуешь снова и снова, забыв про еду и туалет. Снова и снова, не вспоминая о родителях и друзьях. Снова и снова, пока...
You start playing and can't stop. The game never ends. It's impossible. But you try over and over again, forgetting about eating or even going to the bathroom. Over and over again, not thinking of your parents and friends. Over and over again until... Well, it doesn't need to be a haunted arcade for that. That was literally my childhood.
Пока у тебя не закончатся карманные деньги на завтраки. И всю оставшуюся неделю ты сидишь на уроках голодным и злым из-за своей тупости.
Until you run out of your allowance, can't afford breakfast, and stay hungry for the rest of the week because you're dumb. Michael peels away from the glass and adjusts his lopsided
Ну,
glasses.
этот автомат не так страшен, если у тебя и так нет карманных денег. Войдем?
Well, that doesn't sound so scary if you got no allowance to begin with. Wanna go in or what?
Господи, они смотрят на нас, как собаки на миску с кормом.
Gosh, they are looking at us like dogs staring at a steak. Ashley waves her hand authoritatively.
Нам страшновато одним идти домой по такой темени. Но если выиграете сотни билетов, приз выберем мы с Евой.
It's creepy to go home when it's so dark out. But if you win 100 tickets, me and Eva are gonna pick a prize. Oh my gosh, you're such a prick. Loading. Yes, it was cut off. Fret not. Act 2, I did not read the title. Achy Dicky! Shark din! Back something to Evan. Back to the Future. Supposed to be? I don't think so. It is, but the font seems like that. Okay. Oh, love. What's this mask doing here? Hello, bear. Oh my god, very cute. I think it's very cute. The spacious room is somehow stuffy, permeated with the stench of hot plastic, unsuccessfully covered up by pungent berry air fresheners. Wait, can we? We cannot hide the text box. That is a grave oversight. Every visual novel needs the possibility to hide the text box. Please add it in the full game.
Запах бездарно потраченного времени.
Smells like wasted time, but at least progressing with space works. I like that. Look at all the litter.
Нет, в школе пахнет по-другому.
As if this shack smells nothing like school. The clamor of screensavers and demo walkthroughs melts into a terrible cacophony. No wonder the zoned out cashier is shielding himself from it with a set of greasy cushioned headphones. The walls are plastered with posters, promotional flyers, and all sorts of paper trash. However, one that stands out. If you beat a record, you can win tickets and exchange them for prizes. Such generosity was easily explained. With the start of the school year, kids have a bit more cash in their pockets than usual, do they now? There is no one inside except the cashier, yet the floor is wrapped with trash, peppered with trash, from crumpled soda cans to chocolate bar wrappers. Yes, I did realize that. The arcade closes in 30 minutes. Ooh, local kids can only hang out here at this hour in the summer. The hall is packed with all sorts of arcade machines, each game's name glowing invitingly. Clips of characters deliberately failing to beat different levels flash on the screen over and over. Donkey Kong! The boys start searching for the most interesting game. Ooh, do I have to choose? I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Street Fighter. They said they wanted to play Street Fighter. Leaderboard: Elliot Davis, Andrew Brooks, Zoe Reed, Jesse Hall, and Bob Robinson. Okay, let's do Street Fighter because they want it. Street Fighter, the best game the hall has ever seen. Ryu and Ken are frozen on the signboard, ready to jump each other. The floor around the arcade machine is brightly polished, worn down by students' sneakers. Yes. Oh, I should check. Oh, no, this. Galaga. What the fuck is Galaga? This was once one of the most famous games. Now this veteran arcade cabinet is used only while the others are busy or when a couple of truly insane nerds try and fail to break the record of someone named Lily the Rat once or twice a month. I wouldn't want to beat Lily the Rat. They deserve the throne. Donkey Kong. Oh, it's actually a G. Oh, can you use it? Is it allowed for you to use it? An arcade golden oldie. The game machine is ancient and in poor condition. The sign barely even flickers anymore. One of the buttons is cracked.
Вот он!
It's over here. Temporarily out of order. No cashier cannot fix it. Aww. The boys turned toward the machine. It hasn't yet been wrecked the way some of its time-worn neighbors have. Even so, the buttons and plastic casing bear scuffs, cracks, and grubby marks left by countless kids' hands. Worst of all, instead of some thrilling music, the machine is emitting only a hovering wheeze like an old man struggling to clear his throat and instead pushing a death rattle out of his rusty lungs. A piece of cardboard with a blood-curdling inscription is stuck to the screen. Temporarily out of order. No, cashier cannot fix it.
Боже, почему ты так несправедлив?
God, where is your justice?
А какой у задротов бог? Вот эта мартышка с бочонком в лапах?
Who is the god of computer nerds? The monkey holding the barrel? Brian grumbles something in response and Michael just shrugs.
Мастер приедет не раньше следующего вторника. Так что выберите другую игру, ребятки. Попробуйте Road Blasters. Самые новые у нас.
A technician is coming, but not till at least next Tuesday, so you all need to choose some other game. Try Road Blasters. It's the freshest here. The cashier points at a brand new arcade game displaying a car blowing up and drowning in a fiery pixelated cloud. Look at this mask. Is it real human face maybe? That would be awesome. Dang it! Michael's voice trembles. He seldom lets himself betray such emotion, but Brian has his
А
back.
что еще есть? Без машин.
What else have you got other than cars?
Тогда предложу вкуснейшую акцию. Если попадете в таблицу топ-5 Pumpkin Man, получите двойной приз.
All that in a bag of chips. If you rank in the top 5 of Pumpkin Man, I will give you a double prize. He nods towards the counter. Wait, this is where we are supposed to save. I think I read it somewhere. If you win this game, that is going to change something in the story. I don't know if it's going to change anything in the demo, but still. He nods toward the counter.
Ладно, в этот хлам почти никто не играет. Так что у нас неплохие шансы на рекорд.
Alright, no one really plays this trash. We've got a real shot at setting a record. Wait, how can I say? Is this... No, it is story. Auto reading. No. Unavailable. Yes. Amazing. Menu. Save. 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 Okay. The menu, for some reason, is also full screen, but don't fret. Continue. Cat! Pet the cat! Pet the cat! Pet the cat! A grey cat! Is it grey? A grey cat lounging on a chair next to another machine captures the girl's attention. 4 letters shine on her pink collar. It has a collar! Oh look, the guys are playing in the background. Lucy.
Какая
Lucy.
прелесть!
So sweet! Pet the cat! Pet the cat! Ah, the baby! The cat flattens her ears and grumbles! Oh, she don't really likes it.
Ставлю $5 на то, что она отвыкла от непотных ладоней, от которых не воняет сырными снеками.
I bet you $5 she doesn't remember how clean hands with no cheese ball dust on them feel.
Люси похожа на кошку, которую мама пыталась нарисовать в прошлом месяце.
She kinda looks like the cat mom was trying to paint last month. What?
Дай-ка угадаю. На картине у кошки были жвала и пара щупалец?
Let me guess. The cat in the painting had mandibles and a pair of tentacles?
Ох, если бы только у кошки. Она лишь часть фона. Мама рисует людей.
Oh, you
Как
actually
сама
meant your
знаешь.
mom. Oh, you actually meant your mom. I thought you were talking about the cat mom for some reason. I didn't understood what you were talking about. I wish. She was just in the background. Mom paints people. You know how it is. Okay, so your mom is a painter. Okay, we are finding out things about you. Ashley knows. She wishes she didn't, though. Those paintings are why she prefers inviting Eva over rather than visiting her. Well, one of the reasons, anyway. What? Are they so bad? They had a slumber party at Eva's place twice. Both nights. Ashley had been plagued by nightmares. Okay, so those are like horror paintings, like dead people or such. The root cause was a few masterpieces Eva's mom considered her favorites. Compared to those monstrosities, plain old horror movies were practically bright, cheery cartoons. Okay, these are horror paintings. Look Look at it! Meanwhile, the boys approach the coin-operated Pumpkin Man machine. Pumpkin Man! This is Pac-Man! Oh, look at the little pumpkin head! Oh, it is little Pumpkin Man. Oh. Instead of usual Mr. or Miss Pac-Man. Oh, you mentioned Pac-Man. A bright orange pumpkin is flying around tough levels eating licorice candies. Okay, these are licorice candies. The display sears their eyes with poisonous shades as a bunch of colorful blots chase the voracious pumpkin.
Как думаешь, это призраки?
What you think? Are these ghosts? I don't know. They have little horns. They are demons. Michael peers at the sign.
Здесь нарисован охотник, который стреляет в тыкву из ружья.
Here's the hunter shooting the pumpkin with a shotgun. Okay.
Тогда это неупокоенные души охотников.
They are restless hunters' souls then.
Отлично. Скорее дойти, поймать
окей.
тыкву, и все будут счастливы. Охотники в могилах, мы дома.
Awesome. Let them catch the pumpkin, then everyone is happy. The hunters are safe in their graves and we are home. Ashley doesn't like it here. Brian decisively draws a handful of coins from his pocket and inserts them. By the way, I don't know if you realized, but this whole game is hand-drawn, and I think it's painted and then animated afterwards. The coins clatter through the machine's metal innards and settle in its stomach. The maze dissolves into pixels and rearranges itself into the first level. Its corridors are speckled with candies and the ghosts begin darting ravenously around their
Домой?
cage.
Без призов? Нет, пока не обчистим прилавок, я отсюда не уйду.
Back home, with no prize, I ain't leaving till we empty out that prize counter. The cashier shudders at the thought.
Закрываемся через полчаса.
We close in half an hour. Brian winks at
Тогда у
Michael.
него останется еще 15 минут, чтобы поплакать над пустым прилавком.
Then he's gonna have 15 minutes left over to cry over his empty counter. Okay. Oh my god, we are zooming in. Are we playing? Can I play? Do I have to press? Oh yes, press any key. Where is the pumpkin? Where is the pumpkin? Okay, here is the pumpkin. This is Pac-Man. Okay, if they blew, can I eat them? This is how it works, right? Yes. Come here! Oh! Okay, I don't know how we have not died
Этот уровень
there.
наш!
Do I get bonus points for killing these guys? Oh my god, oh my god. We have to eat all the thingies, right? It was ages ago when I last played
Сейчас,
Pac-Man.
сейчас.
Nice.
Так их, этот уровень наш!
When they are respawning. They are. Okay, heavy one. Oh my god.
Беги налево!
Oh my god.
Сейчас, сейчас.
Okay, we are trying. Tactics here that is not working. Come back. Come back, you asshole.
Так их, этот уровень наш!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Very bad, very bad, very bad, not good.
Беги налево!
Okay. Okay, this is fine, we are running away. Heroically running
Не
away. Oh my god. Come back! Fuck you. The guy was white, by the way. I don't understand why did that work, but it most definitely did.
Так их, этот уровень наш!
Okay. What is the high score? I won! It was only 2 levels. We're so fucking good.
Вот так!
Look at
Давай
them!
сюда
That's
билет,
it! Give me
никчемная
tickets,
железяка.
you a stupid slab of iron! Yes, look at them go! The cabinet releases 50 tickets that could be exchanged for an interesting item. 50 is not 100. Although they would like to keep playing a bit longer, they've run out of spare change and Brian would never ever borrow money from a girl. Michael feels a bit awkward since he's never had any pocket money at all, but a friendly slap on the back snaps him out of his thoughts. One shot. Oh, the turtles! The Ninja Turtles! Oh.
Молодчина, Майкл! Играл как зверь.
Good job, Michael. You played like a beast. Hell yeah,
Ты тоже справился куда лучше, чем сегодня на уроке химии. Не уверен, что смог бы пройти тот уровень, где призраков больше, чем конфет.
You two did a lot better on this than in chemistry class today. Not sure I could have completed the level where there were more ghosts than candies. Brian looks around with a self-satisfied smile, but to his disappointment, the girls aren't there to celebrate. Excuse me, his triumph. They are just emerging from the bathroom discussing something. Rude. Very
Вы такое
rude.
пропустили.
You missed something amazing, that's right.
На площадь сел космический шаттл? Нет? Тогда не вижу повода для бурной радости.
Excuse me, lady. Did you land a space shuttle? No. Then I don't see any reason for such delirious joy. Okay, let me tell you. You're going to die. I will make sure you die. Brian points at the tickets Michael's
Это
holding.
покруче любого шаттла. Давайте поскорее выберем приз.
Nah, what we did is way cooler than any shuttle. Let's go. High time we pick the prize. Yes. The cashier isn't around. The only movement in the whole arcade is a decorative bamboo curtain slowly swaying behind the counter. The cashier's headphones are still lying on the lower part of the counter, and the lonesome sausage is rolling around in a jar. Oh, the sausage. There really is a sausage. Why? Why is sausage? All of a sudden, the hall seems empty.
Куда он подевался?
Where did he go?
Не знаю.
Don't know. Brian carefully approaches the counter and raps on the table with his knuckles. They hear shambling behind the bamboo curtain. Ooh. Someone exhales loudly and they all freeze. The game machines start beeping incessantly. The signboard lights dim as a devouring darkness creeps into the hall. Okay. Eva impatiently examines the counter, the prizes, and the posters tagged up one atop of another. What? Then she shouts.
Эй, здесь кто-нибудь есть?
Hello, anybody here? No
Ладно,
reply.
пойдем по домам.
Alright,
Не
let's
хочу ждать
bounce. I
этого
don't wanna wait for this freak. Ah, he put on the mask. The cashier takes off his mask and bursts into laughter.
Видели бы вы свои
You
лица.
should see your faces.
Мы даже не вскрикнули. Посредственный розыгрыш.
We didn't even gasp. What a boring prank. The cashier grimaces as though he's taken a swig of lemon juice.
Тоже мне критики. Ладно, выбирайте приз. Вижу, лента у вас приличная.
Ugh, critics. Alright, pick a prize. I see you all got plenty of tickets. Yes, what can we pick? Mr. Ooh, a bowl. A Rubik's Cube. I don't know what is this. Oh, it's a baseball thingy. Should we get the baseball thingy for the baseball guy? Game Boy. Oh my god, a Game Boy. Oh, this fucking shit. I hate this fucking shit. I remember it from my childhood. Honestly, it should be rainbow color. And that's that. I would like the Game Boy. Absolutely. Game Boy it is. Nintendo Game Boy. 10,000 winning tickets. Oh, the best prize ever. The boy's wildest dream. I wonder how long you would have to play to win this many tickets. Well, can't you just collect them? Like 50 at a time? Okay, we are going to get this shit. Slinky, 20 winning tickets. A red Slinky, an American golden oldie. You can perform lots of simple tricks with it. Eva's promised her younger brother she will get him one just like this. Oh, that would be amazing. Baseball thingy. 1986 Topps baseball card set. 40 winning tickets. Was the subtitles always this low? The card's price has slumped since everyone rushed to buy them a few years back, hoping to sell them at a profit later, even if they aren't interested in sports. Okay, Rubik's Cube. Oh, sorry. Brian's personal collection is only missing the 1986 and 1984 sets. He would love this. Oh, I will have to choose. Okay. Rubik's Cube for 35 winning tickets. A good but hard puzzle. Michael loves stuff like that. He will probably solve it in 50 minutes. Wait, how much do we have? 50 tickets? Magic 8 Ball, 50 winning tickets. A Magic 8 Ball. Ashley would love this toy as she believes in fortune telling and horoscopes. Okay, but we can get 2. Like, unavailable. Unavailable. Price for Michael, unavailable. Wait, we can only pick... What do you mean unavailable? I can only pick a price for Michael. Is it because this is the demo? I am going to guess that's what is happening. Okay, Michael. Michael?
Предлагаю наградить лучшего игрока сегодняшнего вечера. Майкл, хочешь кубик? Он прикольный, я таких не видел.
And the award for the best gamer of the night goes to Michael! What do you say? You want a Rubik's Cube? Looks fly, never seen one like this before. Michael nods shyly. He's not used to getting anything right on the first try. Aww. He isn't thrilled about the prize, but Brian could have simply chosen the Magic 8 Ball for his girlfriend or the Slinky for Eva. He's known them way longer. Oh, but no, he chose Michael. He's on cloud 9. People are finally noticing him.
Девчонки, вы не против?
Girls, you don't mind, do you? Oblivious to the word, Eva is just staring at the leather face mask stretched over a jar of cheap marinated sausages. The mask is made of leatherette, not latex or silicone. It looks so realistic because it is real. Of course, up close, it isn't as menacing as in the movie, but the unknown artisan clearly put immense effort into it. Or is it real? Eva has watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 times. The family dinner is her favorite horror scene. She wants to ask the cashier where he got that mask so she can buy one for
Да
Halloween.
здесь и выбрать-то больше нечего. Я рассмотрела коробку из-под шара. Дешевая подделка. В нем маловато ответов. И теперь есть шары куда круче и интереснее. Бери, Майк. И давайте уже уберемся отсюда куда подальше.
There is nothing else to choose between. I took a look at the Magic 8 Ball box. It was a shoddy fake. I got very few answers. Modern ones are way cooler and more interesting. Take it, Mike, and let's get out of here. The cashier collects the tickets and tosses the cube to Michael, who beams.
За остаток билетов могу дать вам еще кое-что.
Let me give you all something for the rest of the tickets. Ooh. Oh, this is how we get the tape. He takes a cassette from the shelf and taps on it.
Никто не знает,
No
что
one
на
knows
нее
what's recorded
записано.
on here.
Просто однажды нашел ее в зале.
I just found it in the hole once. Okay, so the whole game is about the tape because we are going to watch it and something is gonna be on it and then we are going to freak out. I don't actually know what is on it. Brian glances at his friends. Oh my god, what's with this face? Why are you like this, Ashley? Michael twists the cube with rapt attention, paying the cashier no
То
notice.
есть, вместо добавочного приза вы отдаете чужую кассету?
You mean you're gonna just give us somebody's cassette instead of a real prize? But Eva, finished examining the mask, swiftly snatches up the prize and stows it in her bag.
Супер! Мы в большом плюсе.
Oh yeah, extra profit! Brian grimaces as the cashier tucks the tickets into his wallet. Most likely, no extra prize ever even existed, and the cashier is just pawning some junk off on them to pocket their tickets. Chances are he's pulled that trick before. Who knows? Next time he might try handing out his socks or some dusty old Tiger Electronics handheld.
Кажется, нас изрядно облапошили.
I think we got screwed.
Это странная и таинственная кассета. Неужели тебе мало?
It's a strange, mysterious cassette. Isn't that enough? Okay, so Eva is the one who got all of these kids into danger, into the mess. As if teasing them, the light from arcade machines gleams directly on the coveted Game Boy.
Мало.
No, it's not. They head toward the exit. Act 3, a bad sign. Okay. Most of the signs are already off, submerging the tickets, basements, and narrow alleyways in darkness. It splashes out onto the square, engulfing it in blackness. Only a few pickups and locked bicycles are still around, all parked by Marshall Sue's bar. Again, drugs! Toy bird. Stamps. Is it a post office with the stamps? The wind weeps over the fields. The element that usually toys with the harvested corn now moans forlornly, plunging the suburb into melancholy. Winter will change everything. Stores and bars will be strung with sparkling beads of colorful lights. Oh wow, everyone decorates the stores. And the snow will smooth the wrinkles and scars of old riverwood. The town will take on a deceptively pretty and cozy facade. Well, yeah, if you look at it from inside, but you know, for a long time, for many, many years, we've barely seen any snow. And right now, for weeks now, you can barely go outside because it's like 20 centimeters of snow just everywhere. Everywhere. Cars can't go anywhere, you can't go anywhere. Public transportation is fogged. It's not funny, it's really not funny. As a kid, Michael loved strolling around there during Christmas vacation, munching on hot pies and watching snowflakes fall through the thick windows of a coffee shop. Back then, he never noticed the aging buildings, chipped concrete, or the gloomy people trying to fake a smile. In autumn, however, the suburb's flows stand out more sharply. It looks unwelcoming, grey, lifeless. No wonder Eva calls it the season of ghosts. Just thinking of it gives him the creeps.
Кажется, мы припозднились. Бабушка и дедушка будут недовольны, когда я вернусь.
Well, we're late. Granny and Grandpa will be upset. Okay, so you are not living with your parents.
Тогда ты ничего не потеряешь, если сделаешь это чуточку позже.
My tea got cold. If that's the worst that will happen, then you may as well stay out a little later.
Ну, Майк, покажешь класс? Вы бы видели, что он творил, настоящий повелитель тыквы.
Come on, Mike, how about that Rubik's Cube? Show us what you got. You should have seen him. Hell, a pumpkin master. Michael humbly takes out his toy and twists a few of the layers. Salon, music. I don't know what's happening here, it's just music. But watching the colorful squares slowly line up is boring as hell. Everyone knows it, even Michael.
Потрясающе. На что еще потратим время? Предлагаю переливать воду из школьного фонтанчика в реку.
Nice. What else are we gonna waste our time on? How about pouring water from the school fountain into the river? Eva pulls out the cassette and waves it at her friends.
Вот на это время точно стоит потратить. Как думаете, на ней фильм или мультики?
Now here is something worth our time. What you think? Is it gonna be a movie? Or a cartoon? Disappointed in the Rubik's Cube, Brian glances at their extra prize.
Надеюсь, что-то интересное. Хотя больше похоже на то, что какой-то маньяк записал свои зверства и поспешил поделиться ими с народом.
I really hope it's worthwhile. Maybe some maniac recorded himself abusing his victims and can't wait to make it public.
И воняет от нее жутко.
It reeks. Nobody knows why Eva sniffed the cassette. She hands it to Ashley, who also grimaces at the stench.
Брай.
Right? Okay. Brian sniffs it too. Oddly, instead of old plastic, it stinks of lake silt. Acidic rust, stagnant water, wax the leather coated in sweat. The odors mix together in the most unimaginable way, yet each is still distinct.
Это странно.
That's weird.
Вот и я о том же. Надо посмотреть, что...
That's what I'm talking about. We gotta see what... Oh, what? How did you do that with a Rubik's Cube? Suddenly, Michael shrieks and swears. The friends spin to face him. Michael shakes his finger and sticks it in his mouth. He grips the cube as if he's about to throw it away, but forces himself not to. Ashley glances at her bewildered friends. They look just as lost as she is.
Если кубик не сахарный, то странно именно это, а не запахи кассеты.
Unless that cube is made of sugar, that's totally weird. Even weirder than that nasty cassette. How? How is sugar cube supposed to cut your thingy?
Что случилось, Майк?
What happened, Mike? The boy puts the cube in his pocket and forces a smile. His face is covered in sweat and his eyes dance about anxiously.
Защемил палец только и всего. Неудачно повернулась.
It's all good, just pinched my finger. Must have turned the layer the wrong way. It hurts, but Michael doesn't want to look weak in front of his friends, and he certainly doesn't want to scare them. How would it be? What? Why would you seem weak or scare your friends by the fact that you've been clumsy and somehow managed to cut your finger with a Rubik's Cube? I cut my fingers all the time. Like, all the time. I was cleaning the toilet the other day and I cut my finger doing it. I don't know how. There was nothing sharp. The toilet is not sharp. I don't know how I did it. It happened. I'm clumsy. What about it? It is not it's not weakness. The whole thing felt strange, pointless.
Помяни мое слово. В месте, где не чинят игровой автомат со Street Fighter, не знают, что такое хорошая игрушка и веселье. Предлагаю бросить кубик под тягач Абрахама. Представляете, как разлетятся детали?
Mark my words, an arcade that's never bothered to repair Street Fighter doesn't know what fun is. No wonder their prices are junk. How about we just throw it under Abraham's truck? Just imagine the pieces flying apart. Abraham drives a massive tanker truck shipping milk across town. Before that, he spent years as a driver for the local flour mill. His old red truck is already a town legend. You can hear its roar all the way from the other side of River.
Это будет невероятно! Думаю, Стивен Спилберг обязательно снимет фильм об этом событии. В общем, это я к чему? День и так был безумным и бестолковым. Не пора ли нам разойтись по домам?
Wow, that would be incredible. Steven Spielberg's gonna shoot a movie about it one day for sure. Today was a crazy waste of time. Let's just go home. When I start doing that voice, you know that I absolutely hate the character. Yes, Ashley, I'm talking about you. Nobody disagrees, so they head to the town's newest district. There isn't as much junk lying around here as there is in the park. The residents in this area are relatively wealthy. Treehouse, they are not relatively wealthy, they are fucking wealthy. They have a treehouse and a pool and a gigantic house. Excuse me. Ashley's house is the first place on their way back. Their friends stop by her family's decorative fence. Michael likes it here. The house feels alive, bright, full of energy. He and his grandparents live in a junkyard, but their place is old, engulfed in greenery and quiet. Old things always stay right in their places, and new ones are rare. If the TV still works, there is no need to replace it. If the couch isn't falling apart, why get rid of it? It could last through at least one more generation of kids. Well, okay, but that is also true. Like, you don't throw away stuff that still works. The only new thing his grandfather has bought lately is a car. But, well, that was for a special reason. Michael's life is quiet, like a little mouse burrowed in books and magazines. And we are not going to know about the special reason. We are not going to learn it. In the same sense, Ashley is his complete opposite, just like their houses. An old single-story building versus the giant mansion that takes up half its plot.
Эш,
Well,
у тебя
yes.
же есть старый видеоплеер в сарае?
Ash, you have an old VHS player in your shed, don't you?
Предлагаешь посмотреть кассету? Ну, это могло хотя бы немного сделать вечер интереснее, но нашим парням, насколько помню, пора домой.
Yeah. Why? You wanna watch the cassette? Well, it could make our evening a little better. But don't our boys gotta get home? Instead of answering, Brian jumps over the fence and waits for his friends to follow. This is your friend's house. You don't have to jump over the fence.
Майкл, а ты?
Michael? Michael nods and quickly catches up with Brian. Brian looks excited, like he's about to embark on the best adventure of his life. Grinning from ear to ear, he turns to
Собрал
Michael.
кубик?
Did you solve the cube?
Нет, завтра попробую еще раз. Лучше посмотрим, что на пленке.
No, I will try again tomorrow. Let's check out the tape. He should have started doing his homework long ago instead of wandering through the streets. By now, his grandmother might be about to call the police and demand a search party for her grandson. But he hardly wants to go home. Yeah, but you know, you can still let your grandparents know that they don't have to worry about you. It's not like it's, you know, it's just common sense, especially if they are grandparents who are old. They don't need the stress in their lives. Oh my god, what the fuck? It's not a little cut. Look at all the blood stains. How did you do it and stop smudging it? Oh my god. Michael stares pensively at his finger. Blood is still oozing out of the wound. The nail and the flesh have been cut with a sharp edge. Even the nail? Oh. The worst part is the feeling of the cube growing right inside his pocket. Excuse me. The cube that pinched his finger hard. Growing. The cube covered in bloody fingerprints. Growing. The cube that had suddenly been etched with an inscription invisible to anyone but him. Growing. 4 carved out letters. Blood. That is not 4 letters. Your what? Why is he seeing things? And then the carving disappeared, as if it had never been there.
Чего встали? Пойдем в сарай и поглядим, что за запись мы раздобыли.
Come on, let's go check what kind of recording we got. Amazing, Michael is so fucking going to die. A comfy place, Act 4. Ooh, it does look like a comfy place. It looks amazing. Oh, very nice. I don't know what's up with the scarecrow, but it's very nice. Oh, look at the game. As far as the friends are concerned, Ashley's shed is the best and coziest place in the whole suburb. It looks like that, yes. They spend most of their evenings there in winter, when there is nowhere else to hang out and the high risk of being targeted by the high schoolers snowballs. There's plenty... High schoolers? Wait. Are you 14 and not in high school? What? How? You should be in high school. What? Or do you call it middle school? It's just a change of... Like, are we not calling it the same way? There's plenty of space for board games and fooling around. They can be as loud as they like, and Ashley can always bring them snacks or soda from home. Her father originally planned to turn the place into a man cave, complete with a couch and a big TV, but he's been overwhelmed with work lately, so most of the time the friends are free to use the shed. But that day, they aren't alone. Chris, Ashley's older brother, oh, this is Chris, is already inside, lying on a shabby carpet and playing a new Sega Genesis. Only as they enter does Andy remember that Chris is grounded for coming home drunk from a party. He isn't allowed to see his friends for a month, but some of his buddies must have lent him the gaming console, so he won't get too bored at home alone. For a month? That's a long time. And you're smoking? What is that? As the front door squeaks open, he swiftly hides a red pack of Marlboros under a pillow. Yes, he is smoking.
А, школота. Я уж думал, это папаня заявился, чтобы снова прогнать телегу о том, как правильно жить. И что вы тут забыли? Крошка Эшли решила показать друзьям истинное сокровище нашего семейства?
It's just you suckers. I told Daddy. Really? You're a tough guy and you're calling him Daddy. I thought Daddy showed up and was about to teach me how to live again. What you doing up here? Baby Ashley decided to show you our true family treasures. What? What the fuck is that? Is this a mirror? The shed is filled with dated furniture, living out its last days, and unused equipment covered in dust, plus other miscellaneous items the family are too lazy to get rid of. A boxing bag. Okay. Ashley's family is rich enough that they don't need to sell all their old junk, so a lot of it has been stuffed into the shed. Yes. Oh, we are looking at the okay, what is this? An archaic Atari Pong console. Is it now? Ashley's father played it as a teenager, but the only controller broke long ago, and so did the console itself. Okay. Chris's battered punching bag. Someone must have thrown hatchets and darts at it. What? Why? The funny scarecrow. Is it funny? From the Bennett's field. Ashley asked Chris to steal it after the Bennett's youngest daughter lost her doll. What? It was hard to believe, but Eva swore the scarecrow had moved on its own. Wait, what? Let's read it again. Ashley asked Chris, her brother, to steal it after the Bennetts, who the scarecrow belonged to, youngest daughter lost her doll. Eva swore the scarecrow had moved, so Ashley believed Eva when she said the scarecrow stole the doll. Sure, you know, this is where you know they are good friends. An antique mirror. Little Ashley loved looking in it and imagining she was a Disney princess. I am honestly not sure that you can put in these references. Eva would barely even glance at the mirror. She was 110% convinced the Bloody Mary would come out of it if she wasn't careful. You kinda have to summon her, but I get it. Motorcycle. The old motorcycle. How is this a motorcycle? About 3 years ago, before Ashley and Brian started dating, Brian saddled it up and drove into the creek. Ashley burst into laughter and Brian was banned from visiting Ashley's house. It seems the ban still hasn't been lifted. 3 years ago. They've been together for 3 years and he's not allowed to visit Ashley's house because of the thing we call a motorcycle. This is not a motorcycle. You know what this is? This is the thing. We had something similar when I was a child. This is a lawn mower kind of thing. You see this trigger here? You have to hold that, and that's what kind of starts the engine, and then you have to push it and it rolls, and then it wasn't even a mower thing. It's like, it's a thing. It has something between its legs, and so it like carves up the ground, so it's easier for you to plant in it and stuff. Yes, it's that thing. I don't know the name, but it's sure as hell not a motorcycle. Chris retrieves the Marlboros and pulls a cigarette out with his teeth. You do know that your father will be able to smell the smoke. I mean, not from the house, but if he comes in here, even if you're not smoking, he will be able to smell it. Brian knows the trick, so he can try it later. It looks thrilling. He doubts his attempts will look as natural as Chris's did, but it's worth a little practice. Okay, so he's also smoking. What if he manages to impress the high schoolers or the guys from the neighboring town's baseball team? Taunting opponents and getting on their nerves is a time-honored tradition. Okay. Brian imagines himself strolling past them, deftly pulling out a cigarette, then smirking and asking why they sent a team of sissies to the game.
А ты разве не должен сидеть в своей комнате и изображать раскаяние?
Don't you have to stay in your room and feign remorse?
А ты вообще-то уже третий сон должна видеть, а не бродить по темным улицам. Хочешь потягаться со мной в том, кто сильнее разочарует предков?
And what about you? Shouldn't you be catching Z's, not wandering around in the dark? Or you wanna see who can disappoint our parents the most? He exhales a ring of blue smoke. Blue? How is it blue? The winner is clear.
Нет, я-то думаю о своем будущем. Просто мы хотели посмотреть кассету. Будь так любезен, освободи ненадолго телевизор.
No, unlike you, I care about my future. We just want to watch a cassette. Why don't you just go do something else for a bit? We need the TV.
Еще чего. Проваливайте по домам, детишки.
As if. Get out of here, kids. He turns to the TV and keeps playing. Deceive Chris. Persuade Chris. We can't persuade. We can only... because it's the demo. Okay, I would like to persuade him, but we can't, so we are going to deceive Chris. But Ashley isn't going to back down. Her brother is as simple and predictable as an old penny. She won't even break a sweat fooling him. All you really need to know is whose opinion matters more to him than his own, whose personal business he cares about more than video games, what he is afraid of missing out on, what will make him jealous. And what is that? Ashley's eyes narrow slyly at Chris.
Тогда меняй телевизор на важную информацию. Важную для тебя, братец.
Sorry. I will trade the TV for some intel, bro.
Предлагай.
Go on. He's still staring at the screen through the smoke cloud, frantically clicking at the controller's
Мы
button.
встретили твоих дружков, Сэм и Бобби, кажется. Они спрашивали, не отменили ли родители наказание и сильно сожалели, что ты не сможешь составить им компанию.
We stumbled on your cronies out there. Sam and Bobby, right? They were asking if you're still grounded. They were pretty upset that you couldn't keep them company. Chris throws his sister a wary glance. Sam and Bobby are real douchebags. Rumors of their wicked deeds are always flying around town. Ashley knows Chris is afraid of them, but he would still do anything to get into their gang. What? He's constantly schmoozing them with free drinks and cigarettes. Oh my god, now that is lame.
Думаешь, я куплюсь на это?
You really think I'm gonna fall for that bull?
Но это правда. Я тоже видела их возле старой водонапорной башни. Кажется, они собирались угнать мотоцикл у Пэма и поехать на мукомольный завод.
It's true. I also saw them near the old water tower. They were going to steal Pam's motorcycle and ride it to the flour mill. Chris jumps up, nearly burning his fingers on the cigarette.
Зачем, черт побери, им понадобился завод?
Why the hell were they going there? Chris knows his sister can make up any nonsense on the spot if she wants to take advantage of something. But Eva he trusts. Oh, she's a good girl. He doubts she would lie. He can see right through his little sis. Ashley thinks she's a master manipulator, but her expression is a dead giveaway when she's lying. But Eva is different. They know each other forever, and she never lies so blatantly. Unless, of course, it comes to stories about the ghost that haunt the old school, or the mysterious drowned man the girls totally met at the lake that one day.
Дедушка рассказывал, что водители тягачей иногда тайно привозят на завод бурбон в канистрах. И многие местные покупают его в ночную смену. Лучший бурбон, какой можно достать в нашем штате. Так он говорил.
Grandpa says truck drivers sometimes sneak bourbon into the factory in gas cans and sell it to the night shift workers. Best bourbon in the state, that's what he says.
Но покупать выпивку эти парни точно не станут, а вот спереть... это было бы весело.
I bet they weren't gonna buy it, they were gonna steal it. Ha! That would be fun. He yanks his sneakers on and rushes for the door. Before he leaves, he glances over his shoulder and sneers.
Смотри, очкарик, если вы меня надули, вместо следующей боксерской груши я подвешу на крюк твою задницу. Тебя, Ева, это не касается.
Watch out, Four Eyes. If you're just trying to ditch me, your ass is gonna be my punching bag next time. Eva, you don't count. Why? Because she's a girl? Because you have a crush on her? Chris disappears into the night, and Michael wipes the cold sweat from his
Он
forehead.
же не станет меня колотить. Не станет ведь?
He isn't gonna punch me, is he? Is he, guys?
Это ж брат Эшли, а не отморозок из старших классов, отбирающий у детей деньги.
He is just Ashley's brother, not some damn high schooler who likes robbing kids. She doesn't really agree. Chris has changed lately. He used to play sports. He's never smoked or followed complete idiots before. Their parents were proud of his medals and trophies. Their dad claimed any college would accept Chris on an athletic scholarship if he couldn't make it academically. And once he entered college, he would straighten out. Why? But there's nothing left to straighten out anymore. Nobody offers scholarship for partying or hanging around bad company. Chris's boxing gloves are already gathering dust under his bed. His empty shelves and hooks aren't expecting any new awards anytime soon.
Ну что, за дело?
Let's just start, okay? She glances at the moon. The cassette is not the only reason she wants to hurry up.
Включай,
But
Брайан.
why? Turn it on, Brian. What about the moon? Ryan changes the TV to AV mode and slides the cassette into the VHS player. Static noise dances on the screen, curved and covered in dust. The speakers let out a soft hiss followed by a squeak.
Надеюсь, она не пустая. Иначе Майкла поколотят просто так.
Hope the tape is not blank, otherwise Michael's gonna get beat up for no reason. How nice. Michael shivers and glances around as if Chris might already be creeping up on him. His fist raised to strike.
Она не может быть пустой. Садитесь поскорее, чтобы ничего не пропустить.
It can't be blank. Hurry up and take your seats. We don't wanna miss anything. Eva settles down against one of the pillows and her friends follow suit. The TV continues flickering, disrupting the peace of the shed. The wind sweeps out of the fields and descends on the suburb, sneaking through the streets like a wild animal, prowling for prey. It shoves the shed, making it sway and creak like a popping joint. Wow. The only lamp flickers, casting shadows on the piles of garbage in the corners. Oh,
А
gross.
тут есть еще светильники?
Is there any other light in here? As if to answer Michael's question, oh, a picture begins to form on the screen and it's very red, okay. The black and grey static stripes morph into an image, taking on colors and shapes. One part becomes studio walls. Wait. Another area changes into the decorated set of a Friday night show. Wait, you're not going to show me a tape? Okay, you are, okay. The rest turn into the body of a game show host wearing a striped suede jacket. Okay. Hi. The host is half turned and staring at the camera as if waiting for director's signal to start or trying to see the audience on the other side of the
По
screen.
крайней мере, это точно не маньяк.
At least he's not a maniac. Really?
Я бы не торопилась с выводами.
Don't speak too soon, exactly. Okay, he is a maniac, just look at him. An invisible orchestra bursts into music so cacophonous that the players should have been whipped for their miserable performance and never allowed to lay hands on an instrument again. How nice.
Приветствую вас, дорогие зрители!
Presenter, he doesn't have a name. Welcome to the show, everybody. Really? Congratulations, you've completed the demo version of the game Pinknoise. Yeah. Okay, well, first of all, thank you for making the game. That is also, always very important. Now, it says the full game offers a great variety of choices. That is also what the Kickstarter said, that every choice matters, that you have, we have mini games that you could already see. But the description of the game said that the whole story is built around this cursed or whatever VHS tape. I don't know what's up with the VHS tape. I know that the kids watch it and then stuff happens, and that's where the horror begins. Now, there is nothing wrong with a slow build-up. It is completely fine in the fully released game. But in the demo, I think I felt like it was too much of a build-up. We have seen a few of the elements of the gameplay elements in the demo, like the mini game, and we were suggested that we can take any of the prizes really, but because they said the others were unavailable, so we could only pick one. But I am going to guess that in the main game we are going to be able to pick any of those. We were also suggested that we will have choices, like at the end we could have chosen to persuade Chris, but we wasn't allowed because this is just a demo, which is totally fine. This is so far so good, okay? But what I am most disappointed about, that I was eagerly waiting for the moment where we can finally watch the tape and the spooky stuff starts to happen. I understand, Michael sees things and there is an evil Rubik's Cube. Okay, fantastic. But I don't think the demo demonstrated properly the game's core, you know, what it's going to be about, what the vibe is going to go for. Because when we got to the point where the actual, well, I would like to say the actual game will start, but the whole point is the demo to not be the actual game. So I understand that you don't want to show everything in the demo. Because the other example is Lost in the Woods. Oh my god, I think that was the name of the game. The demo was basically the whole game with the first ending. It was way shorter as well, but still, that was the case of showing too much of your game. And I think this is the case of showing too little of your game. Or most importantly, not the important parts, you know. I mean, like how I would have done it. I would have showed like the arcade part. Everything before that could have been cut. It's not important because you want to grab attention. You want people to feel the game, to pique their interests, you know. So how would I have done it is showing the arcade part. There is a good scare in that part of the story. There is the mini game. There is dialogue where you can feel the vibe between the kids. And after that, going home, watching the tape, and let the eerie things, the scary things, the spookies start up slowly, and then end the demo. Like, I understand that the demo has to end on a cliffhanger, obviously, but we haven't reached a peak, you know, in the story. It was like just me sitting here waiting for the VHS to happen, like expecting things to happen, and then when we've got to the peak point, it just ended without, you know, it wasn't very satisfactory. Now, it doesn't mean that the game itself, when it releases, cannot be good. I have nothing against the Russian voice acting. If it will not have English voice acting, that it's completely fine. We have English subtitles. You can read them, I can read them for you. This is completely fine. The voice acting was really good, by the way, even though I don't understand it. I love the art style. They do not use any form and kind of AI, which I highly appreciate. As I said before, this is hand-drawn, and if I'm correct, it's hand-painted. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are using paint and then animating it afterwards. It was very well done. The visuals are very good. What we saw from the story is good so far, but we missed the suspense, you know, the scary part. Because like here, look at the menu screen. This is amazing. This is very suggestive. You are waiting for the creepy stuff to happen. But what happened was two tiny scares and not watching the tape, which the whole game is going to revolve around. That is fine. I'm still interested in it. I'm going to keep an eye out on it, and I think we are going to circle back to this when it's finally released. If I'm correct, they are planning to release the first chapter of the game this year. I don't know when, but it's going to be episodic, like Scarlet Hollow. So yeah, we are going to check it out. And sorry again. I'm very sorry. I'm so very sorry. I'm so very sorry that I did not see the developers' email in time, that I couldn't react to the Kickstarter campaign. I feel terrible about it. But looking on the bright side, we are here, most exposure never hurt anyone, they've got funded, so we will get to experience it in the full-fledged game, which I think is going to be way more polished than the demo experience. Also, please do something do something with the resolution. Just add the setting where I can change the resolution, because what I tried was you don't have let me show you. You don't see it. Amazing. Just trust me. Just trust me. You can see here, kind of see here, the settings for it can be full screen, windowed, and so on. But there is no resolution setting. So I couldn't do that. I couldn't change that. So I tried opening it in window mode, but I couldn't resize the window. And then I realized that the screen ratio is changing for some reason. So if I could give you one suggestion, it would be this: please optimize the screen ratio. Just give a setting. Just give me a setting. That will be fine. Otherwise, the demo is not as catchy as it could have been, but I'm still interested. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to let you know about it by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, but no one likes after, so bye bye.